The most brilliant minds in history were often the most tortured. Einstein struggled to hold a normal conversation. Tesla lived almost entirely alone, talking mostly to pigeons. Virginia Woolf, one of the sharpest literary minds ever recorded, fought her own thoughts every single day of her life. And a 2018 university study found something even stranger. People with the highest IQs are far more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, and even autoimmune disease than the average person. This is not a coincidence. There is a hidden cost to having a powerful mind, and if you have ever felt like your own brain works against you, this video will explain exactly why, using real psychology, not guesswork. The mind that never rests. Psychologist Kazimierz Dabrowski spent decades studying gifted individuals, and he found something strange. Highly intelligent minds do not just think more, they feel intensity in 5 different areas at once: thoughts, emotions, senses, imagination, and even physical energy. He called this overexcitability. It means an intelligent brain cannot process life at a normal volume. A simple decision, what to eat, what to say, how to reply to a text, can trigger a full mental debate lasting hours. This is not overthinking for fun, and it is not a personality quirk. It is a nervous system running at a higher intensity than it was ever built to handle, every single day, without an off switch. But the mental noise is only half the story. The emotional side is where it becomes much harder to live with. Feeling everything. Twice highly intelligent people often score high in what psychologists call emotional overexcitability. They do not just notice sadness in a friend, they absorb it into their own body, as if it were their own memory. A sad movie, a stranger's bad day, even a song lyric can sit in their chest for hours after everyone else has forgotten it completely. Now combine this with sharp pattern recognition, and something painful happens. Intelligent people spot dishonesty, contradictions, and hidden motives almost instantly, even in the people they love most. Knowing too much about people while feeling too much for them is an exhausting combination that almost nobody warns you about before it happens. And this is where a term most people have never heard of enters the picture. Psychologists call it existential depression, the weight of asking. Why coined by psychologist James Webb, existential depression describes something unique to highly intelligent minds. Because they naturally think in abstract long-term patterns, they start asking questions most people spend their whole life avoiding. Why does any of this matter? What is the point of chasing success if everyone eventually dies anyway? Less intense minds rarely spend energy on these questions, but a sharp mind cannot help it. This is often mistaken for pessimism or ungratefulness, when really it is simply a brain that refuses to accept shallow, easy answers. So does this mean intelligence is a curse? Not exactly, and the answer is the part almost nobody explains: the upgrade. Not the curse. Dabrowski actually believed this intensity was not a disorder at all. He called it positive disintegration, the idea that breaking down old, simple ways of thinking is the exact process that builds a higher, more complex personality. In simple words, the discomfort intelligent people feel is not proof that something is wrong with them. It is proof that their mind is upgrading itself. The struggle is not the problem. The struggle is the process. Here is what actually helps based on real psychology, not generic advice. 3 ways to make peace with your own mind. 1. Schedule your overthinking. Give your brain a fixed 15 minutes a day to analyze and worry, then consciously close the door on it until tomorrow. 2. Find your intellectual peers, even online. Isolation shrinks fast when you finally meet minds that move at your own speed and depth. 3. Let curiosity replace certainty. You do not need every answer today. You only need to keep asking better questions, because that endless asking is not a flaw. It is the engine behind every great mind in history. If this video explained a part of your own mind you never had words for, that is exactly why we make these videos. Subscribe, because next week we break down why the most successful people on Earth often feel like outsiders too, and what they did about it.